In this exercise, I'm going to touch real quickly on editing a component in place. It's super easy to edit a component in place. We've already been doing it. I just wanted to bring a little bit to your attention so you'll notice kind of what's going on. If you look at a standard assembly here, we expand out information in the browser, you'll see all of the assembly information. If we double click on the part, it brings up the model information. At this point in time, we can come in here and edit things. We could add things. For example, you can do a plane from here, create a new 2D sketch on that plane.
So now we're going to go up and we're going to say project cut edges, and you're going to see that it cuts away and shows us the inside of the part. Then we're going to use the lines that it automatically projects and draw our sketch where our ribs will be. This will be the starting point and tell the ribs where to locate. We make sure that those lines extend all the way down, and then we can give them dimensions to locate the ribs properly on the part. The center rib is constrained to the center of that line. It was snapped to it, so we don't really have to relocate it. It's automatically located there. So we get done, we hit finish. Then we activate the rib command, and we select the first rib, the second rib, and then the third rib. You'll notice that it automatically extrudes down to the part. And then we can go and turn off our work plane there so that it gets out of our way. We can add in our fillets to make our ribs nice and round and smooth, make them easier to pull out of the mold, make it look nicer. We give it some dimensions. We can vary the dimension per rib. So we can have one dimension on the inside there, and then we can go through and do a secondary set of fillets on the outside of the rib. And this will need to be a little bit smaller than the first dimension because these are going to be a smaller fillet. We hit OK. Now we have our ribs in here on the side of our part. You can see there that I missed one, so it's very easy to go back and edit the fillet and add it back in. Did that on purpose so you can see that in Inventor you never have to start over again. You can just modify what you've already done. Gives us the ability to come in there and do it. Some things like these fillets here, what I'm doing is I'm giving it just a little bit more of a smooth edge. It's just a little bit of an extra. You don't always have to do that, but that gives you a little bit more to work with. Sometimes it makes it a little bit smoother.
Hit return, and I can save my part. It's that easy to edit something in there. Now, if you get a real busy part, it may be hard to see something. So what you can do is you can either right click here in the browser, or you can come over to the part and right click and say open. And what this will do is actually open it up in a new window. And so you can see the editing that I was just doing. So now I can say, oh, I need to mirror what I just created, my ribs and everything there. Find my plane. Origin plane, or create a new plane. Can realize, oh, I forgot to add that. Or I could even move it down below my mirror here. And come in here and add to it. So now I have that on both sides. Save, close, and you'll notice that it's on both sides of my part. So there's a couple different ways you can edit there. Edit in place, or you can open it up in a new window and save it. We don't actually have to manually go out and open it to edit it. We can edit everything in place. There's not a whole lot that you can't do. The biggest reason you wouldn't want to edit something completely in place would just be being able to see it. A lot of times it's hard. There's a lot of stuff around to see everything. So I like to turn certain things off, or I like to go out. Now, if I am in here editing and I need to see in here, and the shadow is getting in my way instead of opening up a new one, what I can do is I can come in here and select these parts, turn off their visibility, and it gives me a little bit clearer view. Whenever I return out though, it doesn't turn them back on automatically. So I would need to come in here, right click and select them again, hit visibility to turn them back on. So remember that whenever you're playing around, trying to edit stuff. See how easy it is to go through and edit everything inside of the assembly. Don't forget to go all the way to the top level and save. If you're editing inside of a part, you will only save that one part. You have to go all the way to the top level of the assembly. Make sure you get all the assembly changes and everything saved out. Even if you open it up in a new window, you want to go back to the assembly and hit save so everything saves out. Take a look at that, see what you can do, see if you can't create something in the assembly environment.